Hi guys, today I have a haul for you, and I know that lots of people like hauls and I've done lots of little bits of shopping here and there over the month, and I thought I was going to do a big collective haul, but then I went to Boots and went a little bit mad because I was going to do kind of a spring makeup shake-up video in which I was going to do a tutorial, which I have already filmed and you will see this week, on kind of my new spring makeup look. And I just wanted to kind of try some new stuff from the drugstore, from Boots, that had kind of recently launched. So some of this stuff is quite new. Some of you may be aware is kind of new launch to those certain brands, and I went a little bit crazy, so I decided just to go for the Boots haul and leave the other stuff unhauled, you may say. I'm going to start with the makeup things. First and foremost, I picked up the Revlon Nearly Naked, the liquid foundation and the powder foundation, and I do believe this is actually a powder foundation because it does give a little bit of coverage. I've done as well a first impressions video on this that you will see perhaps not this week but maybe next week, because I have so many videos filmed for you guys that I want to get up before then, but this is coming, a review of this, and I did really like it, so just kind of a spoiler there. It's definitely a positive review. I really liked this. And I do have combination oily skin, so if you are being kind of put off by the fact that it's sheer and it might not kind of cover as much, it's not got a high coverage, but it did last all day, and the powder was pretty good for controlling the shine as well, so big thumbs up from me for that one. Most of these products, in fact, I have already used, so this will kind of be a haul slash first impressions video. I have some lip stains. These I did actually buy a couple of weeks ago, and they are the L'Oreal, what are these called? Like Rouge Caresse Lip Tint Gloss something shine, I don't know. It doesn't say on the tubes what they actually are called, but I know they were from the Caresse range, and they are basically the L'Oreal version of the YSL Glossy Stain. And these are very exciting. I was very excited to try these because lots of people have been raving about them. The one that I actually have on my lips today is this one, which I believe is called Juliet. Yes, and it's kind of a pinky red. And then I have a regular pinky colour, which is Romeo and Juliet. And this was kind of disappointing at first because I thought it was going to be really sheer, but you can layer them up and get a brighter colour. Overall, I'm really enjoying these. They're not glossy and they're not great to layer up. If you do find that they are wearing or going a bit funny on your lips, you would have to kind of completely get rid of them and start all over again. But for wear time, I think these are really good. But again, I'm going to be doing a video on those, and I'm going to be comparing them with this, which is the Maybelline Superstay 10 Hour Tint Gloss. I'm not convinced that this is the same thing. They have the same doe foot applicator. Everything about them seems... This one smells so good. Seems so similar, apart from the fact that the Maybelline ones do seem to be in a better shade range for me. I prefer them because they are brighter, there are more pinks. I generally just prefer the shade range of the Maybelline ones. So if the L'Oreal range brings out more shades, I might lean towards them, but at the moment I'm preferring this. But this doesn't wear as well. I'm gonna do, like I say, this is the reason I'm wearing one of the L'Oreal ones today. I already wore this yesterday, and I'm going to do kind of a comparison video, which again will be up in the next couple of weeks. But I'm not convinced on this one. I think this is more like a long-wearing lip product, like a long-wearing lipstick, I suppose, more than it is a stain. But it didn't wear as badly as some stains have in the past. It did cling to dry patches, but it wasn't the worst. But look out for the review for that, for a kind of full review on that. But I really like that. And the colour that I got in that was Forever Fuchsia, I believe. The next thing I got was the Trick and Treatment, which is the concealer for the under eyes from Soap and Glory. I wasn't really that interested in this, but I wanted to try a new concealer because I think that the Collection 2000 Lasting Perfection, excuse me, I think that's getting a little bit dry for my under eyes. It seems to be settling into the fine lines I am unfortunately getting at the grand old age of 27. But this doesn't at all. Again, I know this is normally, with a haul I haven't tried anything, but most of these products, if not all of them, I have actually tried. And I'm really enjoying this. I'm using it today. It's kind of got a golden sheen, which I don't normally like light reflective under eye concealers, but I really like this one. And supposedly, it does actually treat the under eyes so that it doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? They get better over time. It's supposed to be kind of a treat as well as a cover-up. It's supposed to be getting them to look brighter over time if you use it regularly. But I'm really liking this. I don't know how long it's going to last, but look out for that potentially in next month's favourite video. The Rimmel Exaggerate Undercover Shadow Primer I had to try because I haven't tried any drugstore eyeshadow primer at all. I've only ever tried the Urban Decay one. Now, so far, I'm not completely enamoured of this one because it feels really silicone-y. It feels like all the face primers that I hate. You put it on, it kind of slips and slides all over your eyelids, and I'm not seeing a great deal of hold on my eyeshadow. I am still seeing creasing, so I think I'm going to persevere with it and see what happens, but so far this is not a contender for my Urban Decay Primer Potion, I'm afraid. I picked up 2 more of the Maybelline Colour 24 cream shadows. This one is Pink Gold, and then I also have Timeless Black. The black is amazing. It's such a deep, dark, matte black shade, and you could really, not that you would necessarily want to colour in your eyelids black, but if you wanted to, you could. Or you could use it as an eyeliner, whatever you want. This is a little bit more disappointing because unfortunately it's very similar to the Eternal Gold that I had, which is kind of bitty. It's got some sparkle to it in a very sheer base, so it's alright, it's okay, but it's not as pigmented as this one. I would prefer this one to have a little bit more pigmentation. Like the On and On bronze is a real swipe of metallic bronze. This one is not a swipe of pink gold. It's more sheer. But the black one is very, very impressive. I finally got my hands on the L'Oreal Confetti top coat. I've looked for this everywhere, and everywhere I go it is out of stock, which is why I have it on my nails today. But I finally picked it up. I was actually looking in a completely different section. They had none on the rack. And I found it kind of just standing there in the Soap and Glory like Bath and Body section or something. Completely random, but I absolutely love it. And I can tell you, because I've already removed it and put it on again, I can tell you that it's not quite as difficult to remove as regular stubborn glitter nail polish. It's not as easy as regular opaque nail polish, but it's definitely not as bad as glitter. So if that was putting you off, don't let it put you off because it's not quite as difficult to remove. Onto kind of skincare items. I picked up the Neutrogena, I put it back in the box, and I put it back in the box upside down. The Neutrogena Multi-Defense Daily Moisturiser, and I picked this up mainly because I wanted an SPF to go under my makeup because I do walk to work, I'm outside a lot of the time, kind of when it is sunny outside, whether it's cold or warm. So even that kind of half an hour to 45 minutes that I might be outside every single day in sunshine hours, I don't want to be harming my skin from the sun's rays. So I know that you are supposed to be wearing SPF, and I'm going to admit I never ever do. Some of my foundations do include SPF, but I don't think that's quite good enough, and so I'm trying this one. So far I'm not 100% sold on this. A couple of people did say that they found it really oily on their skin, and given that I do have oily combination skin, I don't know whether or not this is going to work for me. I wore it yesterday and today. It wasn't too bad, but as you put it on, similarly with the Rimmel eyeshadow primer, it feels very slippy and almost silicone-y, and I feel like it has got a little bit of oil to it. And I know SPFs can be on the oily side, and I'm not 100% sold that this is going to be perfect, but it was like $7.99, so that's pretty expensive for it not to work. But I think it did get the normal combination skin formula, so fingers crossed it will be okay, but I will check back in with you about that one because I really want that to work. And is that it? Have I got another thing? Yes, I have. Peaches and Clean. I got another Peaches and Clean because I love this. As I've mentioned before, I've kind of stopped using this as a cleanser now, and I pretty much just exclusively use it as a mask because for a cleanser, I think it doesn't do an awful lot and it's quite expensive for what it is. But when you use it as a mask, which basically I just put 3 or 4 pumps all over my face, I sometimes leave it overnight and that doesn't affect my skin whatsoever. I don't have particularly sensitive skin, but if you do, be careful because it is quite active and some people have had bad reactions to it. But I don't have particularly sensitive skin, and I can leave this on as long as I want. So I can normally leave it on for a couple of hours, then I'll have a bath, wash it off, cleanse as normal. But I do occasionally, when my skin is feeling really dull, or if I've got a lot of blemishes, I'll use this to kind of smooth everything. And it really does make a difference to my skin. I love that stuff. And the last thing that I bought was this Dr. Balm Glam Kiss SOS Miss Sporty Lip Balm. It's basically, I think, their answer to the Baby Lips by Maybelline, which, by the way, we are actually getting this spring. I don't know when exactly, but they are coming to the UK. I love this. I've only had it for a few days, but I absolutely love it. I have it underneath my lip stain today, and if it didn't smell so strongly of rose, that's my only bugbear with it, that it smells so much of rose, and I'm not a big fan of the rose scent, but it's so moisturising. It has royal jelly, which just reminds me of Marks and Spencer's because they sell a whole royal jelly range that my grandma used to love, but I really like that, and I can't remember how much it was, probably about £1.99, and I think that was 3 for £5 or something from the Miss Sporty range. But I definitely recommend that you check out their stand if you are in the UK or in an area that sells Miss Sporty, because I think that their stuff is really good, and especially for kind of younger girls looking to start out in makeup, they have a lot of cheap items for you to kind of experiment with without spending an absolute fortune on kind of L'Oreal and Revlon and such. But very, very nice, and I'm not even that excited about baby lips anymore now that we can get those already. But that is my entire haul. I hope you enjoyed it, and you will be seeing more of these items very, very soon. I have a tutorial which will feature most of them. I have, like I said, the lip stain comparison, the Revlon Nearly Naked review. I kind of gave you an overview of what I felt like about those products already, but if you want to see the full reviews, they will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out all the links below, and if you haven't already subscribed, please go and click the button above.